All right, we want to interrupt Leslie Stahl in 60 Minutes Overtime to bring you some breaking news. President-elect Donald Trump has postponed an announcement on how he'll handle his businesses while in office. He was supposed to speak about the issue on Thursday in what he had billed as a major news conference. Now that announcement won't come until January, according to his transition team. Joining us now on the phone is CBS News political editor Steve Chaggaris. So, Steve, let me get your reaction to this news.
Well, it's actually not unexpected. This is a very, very complicated situation and a very unique situation. The number of companies that he owns, the amount of money that's involved, the number of ties that he has to foreign governments, or at least business he's doing with foreign governments, and how he's going to unwind himself from this is, from just a legal standpoint, has to be extremely complicated. It's been a month since he won the election. Not surprising they need more time. The question is, how is he going to do this? And this is what we're all waiting to hear, not just us and not just the public, but I think members of Congress and people in Washington are trying to figure out how is he going to separate himself from these businesses. He hinted in some tweets that it's all going to be basically turned over, or at least he's not going to have day-to-day control of all of this stuff. But the question is, does he have an interest in his businesses once he becomes president? Will his kids be running this thing, or will he sell it off? Will he put it in a blind trust? That's what we're all waiting to hear.
Yeah, and I mean, Steve, as you point out, the president-elect had said that legal documents were being crafted which would, quote, take him or take me, referring to himself, completely out of business operations. Lawyers, ethic lawyers for George W. Bush and President Barack Obama, their administrations, those lawyers have called on him to completely sell his companies to avoid conflicts. But the president-elect said that sitting presidents can't have a conflict of interest. Explain what that means to our viewers.
Well, they can't, and in a sense, literally they can't. George H.W. Bush, when they signed in new ethics rules about 25 years ago, a little bit longer than that, basically exempted the president from the same conflicts of interest rules that Congress and other members of the government are subject to. So basically, from a legal standpoint, he's sort of off the hook. It's just the question is ethically, and not even legally ethically, but how does it look when you or your family is running a billion-dollar business that has business with foreign governments? People are going to always raise the question, or constantly raise the question, are there conflicts of interest here? Are you making these decisions in the best interest of the United States and its citizens, or are you making these decisions in the best interest of your business? And that's going to be the ultimate question. Now, he was asked about this yesterday on Fox News, and his response was, I'm thinking of turning this over to my kids to run. We're not going to make any new deals. They're just going to maintain the business. But the problem with that, again, that the ethics watchdogs are going to raise is, this is a for-profit business that his children, his family, with his name emblazoned all over the businesses, is going to continue to run. And any profits that are made, again, people are going to raise the question, are these profits being made in the name of Donald Trump, or are these decisions being made in the best interest of the country? And again, that is ultimately the bottom line. It's going to be very interesting to see how he unwinds himself legally from this, because again, he's subject to really a lot of criticism, maybe not legal issues, but he's definitely subject to a lot of criticism, and a lot of people will be watching very, very closely to see how he removes himself from the operation of this business.
Yeah, I'll note that President Jimmy Carter sold his family peanut farm when he became president of the United States. Obviously, a much different scenario for President-elect Trump, who, as you point out, Steve, owns hundreds of different and various businesses.
Pun intended. We're not talking peanuts here. We're talking billions of dollars. And again, this is a unique situation where he has such a direct control over so many businesses that have ties to foreign governments, or at least are doing business with foreign governments. Again, a lot of questions to answer. It sounds like we'll hear all of this before he's inaugurated on January 20th, but not until next month.
Yeah. See how I made you do that, Steve?
I love it. Thanks for the setup.
Thank you so much, Steve Chaggaris. We appreciate it as always.
Thanks.